Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. I've been waiting to do this one for a long time. Let's go. Okay, folks, so admittedly, I've actually had this now for about, I'd say about a month or so. And I wanted to do the review on it, but I had so many other videos that were piling up and that you guys were requesting that I kind of stalled it and pushed it off. But there was another reason for that. I wanted to make sure that when we tested this, we tested it with the exact equipment that not only they recommend, but that way we're going to get exact results based on what they should be coming from the manufacturer. So I didn't want to throw any variables in there like quick access balls or any of that stuff yet. So we'll get to that. Today, we are going to take a look at the Byrna TCR. Guys, this thing is crazy. It really is. So let's crack this thing open. As you can see, this is the actual Byrna carry bag for the TCR. And I am not 100% sure, guys, but I will verify. I think that the TCR actually comes with the bag. And if it does, this thing is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. All right. So let's make sure Stumpy here is getting a good view. There we go. And let's crack this thing open and see what we are working with. I am so excited about this. I have wanted this for so long. All right, here we go. All right. Turn that around for you. And look at that, guys. All right, yeah. All right, guys, so in the bag, let's get the preliminaries out of the way. You've got a one sheet for instructions on loading magazines and the loading the CO2. By the way, the CO2 loading mechanism is actually pretty cool on this. Byrna kind of pioneered the whole pull trigger to puncture CO2 thing, and it follows suit on the TCR, which is actually really cool too. As you can see, you get actually a pretty thick manual on this thing, guys, that shows you everything about your instructions, loadouts, different magazines, flip-up sights, all that kind of stuff. So, and actually, it's a pretty darn good magazine, about 30 pages, which is wonderful. So, all right, in the bag, you also get what appears to be a carry bag. Let's see what that actually is here. Whoa, got some Allen keys for adjustments, and my guess is putting on optical rails and the grips. And that looks like a cool little carry bag of some sort. I'm not entirely certain what that's for, but there it is. All right, getting down to the meat and potatoes. Man, I have been so excited about this. All right, cracking her out. Now, guys, that's got some heft. Seriously, guys, that is sick. All right, let me get this out of the way. Oh, by the way, you got your Byrna registration there, which I would definitely do. Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. There we go. And we got one of, I believe that is a 12-round magazine, and it is. And if you guys will notice, it actually says Tipman on there. I found that kind of interesting also, but we'll come back to that too. It actually comes with one of their standard magazines, which I believe is a C7 round, and it is the 7-round magazine. So we've got a 12-round, which actually extends down below it, which is pretty cool too. Getting back to it, is there anything else in the bag? No, we are good. So let's get that out of the way. All right, let's give you an overview, guys. Take a look at this thing. So as you can see, you've actually got an adjustable rail on the back, which does two things. You can adjust this to slide up and down for your cheek, which is important because if you're holding it here, it'll raise and lower this to your cheek level wherever you want it. And you've also got a push button on the back, which will extend and retract the, there you go, the slide. So for a taller guy like me, remember, you're talking about close quarters here, guys. This is what you're looking at right there. That is absolutely perfect. Now, I would probably extend that up just a tad just because I've got a big fat head. But other than that, here, let me see if I can do that real quick. Slide that up, and let's bring this up to, I'd say, for me, max. There you go. So as you guys can see, it extends up, and therefore, when you're holding it, it puts it in a good position right on where you're going to be. That's really nice, guys. I love that. Now, on the right-hand side, as you can see, you've got a push to fire and a push to safety, okay? Now, I believe this was a little different, and I'll have to verify this, guys, than the LE or the SD or HD or any of those. because I don't think this one will fire if you pull the trigger the first time. Regardless of whether it's on safety or fire, I think, and we'll verify this on the range out there, that the first time you pull it, regardless, it's going to charge the launcher. Second time you pull it, it's going to send rounds downrange. Now, that's what I understand, but once again, we'll verify that here in just a second. So, as you can see, there's been a forward grip installed on this one, which is really, really nice. And magazine drop is right here. Typical button to drop the magazine. And that's all there is to it, guys. Oh, no, it isn't. This is one of the innovations that I really, really like. You got this awesome Byrna TCR. Where do you put the CO2 cartridges, do you say? If you look over here on the left-hand side, so if you're holding the launcher, on the left-hand side, lift the rail, and that is where your CO2 cartridge goes, guys. Look at that. It just slides right into there. Byrna, guys, man. I love ingenuity. And when you're talking about ingenuity on a launcher, that's one of the things that's really cool right there. So you don't have to worry about having extra magazines with leaking, any kind of at all, leaking of CO2. You don't have to worry about carrying the CO2 cartridges and then trying to get them, twisted in and punctured or whatever you need to do. On this one, it's pop it open, out it comes, pop it down, you're good to go. Just like that. Really cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I want to conduct this test 100% fair, which means that we're going to use stuff that Byrna uses specifically. In other words, we're going to use the Byrna 12-gram cartridges. Guys, we know that it doesn't matter. A 12-gram cartridge is a 12-gram cartridge within limitations. We have seen a couple of variations as far as power, not much, but a little bit. And I have seen some of the cheaper brands expand in their casing. So in other words, once you fire it the first time, that'll literally expand a tiny bit and make it hard to get them out of. That typically is HTP 50s and TR 50s and such, but we've seen that before. We're also going to use the Byrna kinetic rounds. Now guys, this is a brand new bottle, and there was some variation last time we did this in the weight of these rounds. So let's go ahead and see what we are getting. We are reset to gram, and I'll put this over here. Hopefully Stumpy will get a view of it for you. I know you guys trust me, but I want to make sure that we're good. All right, zeroing it out. Let's go to grams right there. And we are at 2.94 grams. All right, and I'm going to move this to the side because somebody else said that it's possible that that will change. But 2.93, so 2.93, 2.94. Let's check the other one. Let's go right in the middle. 2.95. So we're talking about, we'll call it 2.95. All right, so 3 gram balls. We're basically firing 3 gram balls. We're going to get some velocity ratings on the first magazine for sure. But on this magazine, we're going to use the same CO2 cartridge, and I'm just going to unload. Now, come here. Because of the actions of some spineless scumbag, out of respect, we will not be shooting at Scully tonight. Now, I don't think I need to explain anything else out there to anybody out there that has any sort of consciousness and knows what's going on right now. But because, out of respect, we're not going to shoot Scully tonight, and I'm hoping there is a nice hot spit that's waiting. Never mind. But at any rate, we're going to be shooting an actual target so we can see some accuracy also. Now, of course, you know the first velocity rounds that are coming out of the chronograph, we're not going to know, where I'm not shooting for accuracy, just for speed. So we'll do that. All right, guys, let me get the mags loaded. Let me get the CO2 in here, and then I'll be right back with you. Guys, did I mention that I love my job? I'm not saying, I'm just saying I love my job. I really, really do. All right, so we've got our Byrna TCR right here. Now, I wanted to do something with you that's kind of cool. So we've got our magazines, they're both loaded here. And as you can see, we are using the Byrna Kinetics. All right, so we got 7 in this one, and we've got 12 in the other one over here. Now, I want to show you the CO2 loading mechanism, guys. This is actually absolutely brilliant. So you pull open the rail to slide this open. You see that? You take a CO2 cartridge, and what you want to do, you want the butt end of it toward the front of the launcher, okay? So open it up, slide the butt end in there, and then set it in place. Then close this down, and you can see it pushes the nozzle up into the position there, okay? And hopefully you guys can see that. I know it's kind of tough with the camera right there. And then lock it into position. At this point, once you pull the trigger, it's going to puncture the CO2. Now, I don't know if it's going to fire the first round. We are going to test that. All right, so we got our first magazine. Oh, guys. And I heard it click into place. I love it. All right, we're going to try pulling the trigger on safety first because I do want to know if that actually works. So, okay, here we go. Now, guys, listen. This is hard for me. You know, normally I've got the pistol up here so you can see it, but given that I have to shoulder hold this, I'm going to angle this so you guys can kind of, there you go, there you go. Hopefully you can still see the chronograph here, okay? All right, so we're on safety. Hang on a second here, glasses on. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna pull the trigger the first time, and it won't let you pull it. Okay, that explains it. So we're on fire. We're gonna pull it the first time and see if we get around. Hang on. And we did not get around. Okay, did you hear that? First pull punctures the CO2. I heard it click and activate the mechanism. Now we should get round. So here we go. I'm going to try to get us a chrono reading right off the bat. All right. 329, 334, 342, 332, 346, 341. Guys, are you seeing this? Hang on a second here. All right, first of all, in my defense for accuracy, I was not even using the sights popped up because they're not sighted in, so it wouldn't matter anyway. I was just going by gut feeling there, okay? So when the first round hit and I saw it hit here, all I did is I manually adjusted it. And as you can see, once I did, all rounds went right here. Now that I know that, now, I could run the next 12 rounds through here, okay? I could do that. But what I want to do instead, since we've got it, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and we're going to let the CO2 out, okay? So hold on. So my guess is you're going to get about another 6 to 8 shots, so probably 2 full magazines out, all right? Pull this up, release the CO2. You guys see that? There you go. And out with the old cartridge. All right, we're going to slap in a new cartridge. Remember, butt down toward the front of the launcher. Lock it into place. Guys, this thing is cool, all right? Which means you could store it like this forever until it's punctured. It isn't going to matter anyway. Now, let's put the monster mag in. Here we go. All right, all I'm going to do, guys, when I do this, let me move you. I know that there's the naysayers, so I'm going to try to keep it right here. So right now, from our range where we are, set that up a little straight. I'm going to aim for like this bottom target here, guys, so that we at least we can see it. So from where we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to the side of the camera. Hello. 7 to the side. So we're 21 feet. This is our average range, and you guys know that. So let me go ahead. Let's get our magazine in here. I'll show you guys that. Here we go. Oh, man, I love that sound. I love that sound. All right. Going to put her on fire. Let's get our glasses on. All right. We're going to pull the trigger the first time to puncture the CO2. Hear that click? And here we go. All right. First round is my tester since I did not pop up my sights. And then we'll see what we get. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, hold on a minute, guys. Holy cow. All right. Did you guys see that? Dude, that... No movie magic. We had no shots here. I'm coming forward. Bam, 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 bam. That was unsighted, firing open. Literally. First shot hit here, and then I adjusted. Yeah. So, if you run this thing sighted, or better, with a laser, you're going to get even better accuracy than that. And, yes, to answer the next naysayer's question, we had a couple of them that hit the double board, hit the back, and bounced back out, which is, I find kind of funny. But the rest of them dented the wall, and I don't know if you can see this or not, right here. That's plywood, solid. And it dented that back there after going through 2 sheets of this stuff and the backboard. Okay? So they are hitting like a freight train. That is, you know what? One more test. Be right back. All right, here we go. So, one more CO2 cartridge. All right? Gate is open. I'm going to try to show you guys this as I do it. All right. Slide this in. Remember, butt toward the front of the launcher. And as you can see in the back, it's going to line up with a hole right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know it's kind of tight in there. Once you got it lined up, close that down. You're ready to go. Now, these are the pepper ball inert rounds. These are the ones that look like the pepper balls, but they've got the baby powder in them. I got 7 of them in here. let's play a game of intruder walks into the house, okay? And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna aim, even though like I said, we're still unsighted, guys. So we have not even, look, we still have not even popped these sights up. I wanted to do this completely unsighted so I could see if I could just aim down the barrel and if every round went where you wanted it to go, and they do. We're gonna aim for this guy right here, okay? Here we go. First round, we'll see, and then from there, we'll have some fun. All right, glasses on. You know what? Let's have even more fun. Let's back up. All right, now we are at the 40-foot mark. We are at the 40-foot mark on the floor. Here we go. All right, we are going to put it on fire. We're gonna pull the trigger. Punctured. And let's give this a shot and see if I can hit something. Okay. Hang on, glasses off. Dude. All right. You saw it, right? No holes. It was clean. Open. Time I walk out here, my wife says I smell like I'm changing a diaper or something. Golly. All right. No movie magic. Top corner, 0 hits. Every round in the same place. Ding, 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 ding. Right in here. Open sight, minor adjustment when I looked where the first round went. That's all there was to it. And even at that, 40 feet away. So yeah, do the math on that one, guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, those actually dented the board back here too when they ruptured. So, God dang it. So yeah, you definitely don't want to take a direct hit. You definitely don't want to take 7. You definitely don't want to take 12. And you certainly don't want pepper rounds in there. So let's go back in the office. Guys, if you think that's the last time this is coming out on a video, and if you don't think I have got a massive head-to-head plan with this baby in it, you would be wrong. All right, listen, I know they are not inexpensive. I believe they're around 800 bucks, okay? I want you to reflect back on this kind of like the, when we were dealing with Paradigm, okay? And the PTX bullpup, which is an absolute mechanized work of art, okay? It's worth the money, okay? It's worth the money because of what it is. The Grimberg gavel, they're expensive. Why? Because they're worth the money. They are what they are. They hit like freight trains. They are designed to be brutal, okay? This is worth the money. I don't know how else to say it. This is one of the coolest little, it's so well balanced and so small and so compact. This is something I could see being a standard household item. You just keep on your nightstand. Somebody comes in your house, man, kinetic rounds, pop, 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 pop. That simple, and then drop it in another magazine. It is so easy to load, it is so easy to maintain, and it's real easy to pop the CO2 in there, and you just leave it in there all the time until you puncture that CO2. Huge, huge advantage. Now, I didn't even get a chance to talk about the cool pop-up sights. I didn't get a chance to talk about the fact that you got a massive Picatinny rail up here. You have another rail down here on the bottom, and I'm willing to bet, and I haven't verified this, but well, obviously other than the fact that you have a rail here, you've got M-locks at the top. So you can mount anything to this thing, and it would still be just as awesome as it is. I mean, it does everything. It's a great, great, great little launcher. I feel like I owe you guys an apology for not reviewing this thing sooner. I really do like it. Now, at some point in the near future, as a lot of you guys know, I did become a Byrna distributor. That being said, I don't even have these in the shop. I'm going to throw you a link down there on the bottom to Amazon, which will get you one. If I ever do carry them in my shop, I'll let you know, but they are expensive, and that means to me too. They're not just, they're expensive. It is what it is. However, that is probably one of the smoothest. I think the only thing I've ever felt that was that smooth and this light. So we don't want to talk about the PTX bullpup because that's in a category all of its own. But this small and this light might be that what was it, EM5 or whatever it was that we did from Pavashot. That one is equally awesome, but it's heavier. I mean, this thing is light. I mean, that can't weigh maybe 8 pounds. I would, if that. That's going to be too heavy to weigh. You know what? I'll get a weight on this thing and I will put it down in the description to let you know. But it's super, super light, guys. It really, really is. So, well, I don't know about what you guys think about it, but I know what I think about it. Yeah, this is crazy cool. and worth every nickel. It really is for home defense. Certainly not something you're going to conceal, but you know, that's okay. That's not what it's for. This is a great home defense item, and that's pretty much where we're at. Guys, listen. Now, I'm assuming that everybody we're talking last night, because this video is obviously going to run forever, we're talking about July 13th. So what happened at one of Donald Trump's rallies, boy, am I ever really toning myself down right now, moronic scumbag, waste of human flesh, decided that he was going to climb up and take a shot. Listen, guys, there is no room for violence in our political system. There isn't. And I don't care which side that you're on, okay? And I would say the same thing had it been Joe Biden up there. You do not do this crap. This is what is destroying the country. You guys know how I feel about human life. You guys know that I feel that we can defend ourselves without having to do that, and we can certainly solve political discourse without doing something stupid like that guy did. So please, guys, let's get together on this, all right? We're all part of the same country. We got to take care of each other, and we got to take care of this country, all right? You will never hear me talking about, and this is just personal preference, a lot of you guys that know me already know where I stand. You probably can guess it anyway, but I will never bring up politics or get into any kind of in the mud when it comes to politics, because at the end of the day, we're Americans. You take a stand on what you believe on. That's what Americans do. So if you believe in it, take a stand on it, move on it, act on it, but do not be violent. It's not necessary. It just isn't. I know it seems that way and it feels that way occasionally, but it isn't. Guys, I did not mean to get off on a rant here for you, and you know that's kind of tough for me, but I wanted you to kind of know how I was feeling about this, because I know a lot of you guys are feeling the same way. Have a fantastic week. I will be out of town for a couple days this week, so anybody for orders, or if you're emailing me, if I don't get back to you right away, please excuse that, but I should be back on Friday, so we'll get everything squared away. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.